Hi, I am Ajit Virkud, Professor of Obstetrics and Gynecology from Mumbai.
Hello, citizens of the internet. Today I am going to discuss twin gestation. I have split the topic into two parts. In the first part, I will discuss twin biology and epidemiology of twins. In the second part, I will tackle the diagnosis and management of twin gestation. I will not be discussing conjoined twins and higher order multiple births, which require separate videos. Please refer to my book Modern Obstetrics if you want to study more about them. The human female is not designed to carry more than one pregnancy. An occasional twin and a rare triplet are about all that Mother Nature will tolerate. At the outset, I will talk about some interesting facts about twins. Twins have aroused curiosity, reverence, and even cruelty since ancient times. Rome is said to have been founded by Romulus and Remus, the twins who were suckled by a she-wolf after the cradle in which they were condemned to drown became stranded. Shakespeare, the father of twins, developed the theme of twins in Twelfth Night and the Comedy of Errors. A glass of water consumed by a woman from the well of St. Mungo in Scotland was said to ensure the birth of twins. This could be overcome by drinking only half a glass. The most famous conjoined twins are Siamese twins, Chang and Eng Bunker, after whom the rare condition is named. Born in Siam, which is now in Thailand, they married two sisters and had 9 children each, eventually dying on the same day. Before talking about the diagnosis and management, one needs to understand twin biology. There are certain terms which are very important. Zygosity refers to the number of ova it develops from. Chorion in Latin means placenta. Chorionicity is used to distinguish between twins that share a placenta from those who have separate ones. In a dichorionic twin pregnancy, each fetus has its own placenta, whereas monochorionic twins share their placenta. Amnioticity refers to the number of amniotic sacs present. Multiple gestations can be of 3. Yes, you heard me right, 3 varieties: dizygous, monozygous, and polygynous. Dizygous twins are also referred to as binovular, non-identical, or fraternal twins. They develop from 2 separate ova which may or may not come from the same ovary and are fertilized by 2 separate spermatozoa. The twins are of the same or different sex. They have 2 placenta, 2 chorions, 2 amnions, and 2 umbilical cords. Binovular twins are 3 to 4 times more common than the uniovular variety. The similarity between them is not much more than that between members of the same family. Monozygotic or uniovular or identical twins develop from a single ovum which after fertilization by a single sperm has undergone division to form 2 embryos. They may be dichorionic diamniotic, monochorionic diamniotic, or monochorionic monoamniotic. The most common type is monochorionic diamniotic, which makes up 2/3 of all monozygotic twins. The twins are always of the same sex. They have similar physical and mental characteristics as well as blood groups, but not fingerprints. Their fetal circulations often communicate in the placenta, which results in twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome. Polyzygotic multiple gestation represents some combination of fraternal and identical siblings. For example, a set of triplets may be composed of identical twins from one egg and a third sibling from a second egg. Because it is important, I will reiterate twin terminology. In dichorionic diamniotic twin pregnancy, each twin has his or her own placenta, chorion, and amniotic sac. In monochorionic diamniotic pregnancy, twins share placenta and chorionic sac and have their own amniotic sac. In monoamniotic and monochorionic twin pregnancy, the twins share their placenta, chorion, and amniotic sac. The terms zygosity and chorionicity are not synonymous and should never be confused. A dizygous pregnancy is always dichorionic and diamniotic. It may appear monoamniotic if the intertwin membrane breaks. A monozygotic pregnancy may be dichorionic and diamniotic, monochorionic and diamniotic, and monochorionic and monoamniotic. Placentation and development in uniovular twins depends on the time at which division occurs, as seen in this table. Division prior to 72 hours of fertilization results in dichorionic diamniotic pregnancy. Division after 72 hours of fertilization can result in a monochorionic diamniotic or a monochorionic monoamniotic pregnancy. There are some patterns of twinning that are exceedingly rare and unusual. Examples of unusual twin varieties are polar body twins. Polar body twinning occurs when an egg splits prior to fertilization and each half receives a separate sperm. The twins share 75% of their DNA. This type, although not fully accepted as an official type of twins by scientists yet, theorizes that the twins aren't exactly identical and aren't exactly fraternal, but half identical and half fraternal. Mirror twins, also called mirror image twins, are a subset of identical twins that are identical twins with opposite features. That is, one will be right-handed and the other will be left-handed. 1/4 of all identical twins may be mirror twins. One mirror twin may or may not have situs inversus. Some twin trivia for you. Twins can have different biological fathers. This is a rare phenomenon called superfecundation, where there is fertilization of two ova produced in the same menstrual cycle by two spermatozoa deposited in two separate acts of coitus. Did you know that if a pair of identical male twins marry a pair of identical female twins, their children will legally be cousins but genetically be full siblings? Now I will turn to the next section, that is epidemiology of twins. Prevalence of higher order multiple births can be expressed using Helin's law. According to this law, which is actually a mathematical equation, the incidence of twins is 1 in 89, that of triplets is 1 in 89 square, and of quintuplets is 1 in 89 cube, and so on. Zeleny has generalized Helin's law. Using the known natural incidence of twinning, a geometric progression can be calculated in the form of x raised to n-1, where x equals the incidence of twinning and n is the particular higher order gestation. This equation is now of historical interest. The overall incidence of twin pregnancies is 12 per 1000 births, of which dizygous twins account for 8 per 1000 births. It may vary in different populations, whereas monozygotic twinning occurs at a relatively constant rate of 4 per 1000 births worldwide. Etiologies of dizygotic and monozygotic twinnings are different. What causes monozygotic twinning is essentially unknown. It may be a teratogenic event. Dizygotic twinning is genetically determined. Prevalence of dizygotic twins is related to following high-risk factors. It is higher in certain races like Africans. There is also a familial association, mainly on maternal side. Incidence increases with increasing mother's age, mother's height and weight. It is higher in multiparous women and in those women with previous multiple pregnancy. In modern obstetrics, a large number of higher order multiple births are iatrogenic. Pro-fertility drugs like clomiphene citrate, gonadotropins, and artificial reproductive techniques increase the risk of higher order multiple births. The risk of multiple pregnancy increases as the number of embryos transferred increases. Recent population studies show that there is a 2.7-fold increase in twinning rate and a 9.1-fold increase in triplet rate as a result of use of ART techniques. ART techniques have been shown to increase dizygous as well as monozygous twinning rates. Twin pregnancy is considered a high-risk pregnancy as it affects both the mother and the fetuses adversely. During pregnancy, there is increased risk of all complications except postnatism. Various maternal complications are anemia because of the increased fetal demand for iron and folic acid, diabetes. Women with multiple pregnancies are more likely to develop gestational diabetes during pregnancy. They are more prone to hyperemesis gravidarum because of high levels of SCG. Multiple pregnancies have an increased incidence of hypertensive disorders which tend to occur earlier and be more severe than in singleton pregnancies. There is a higher association with polyhydramnios, especially in monozygous twins and in the second of the twin. Spontaneous miscarriage and preterm labor are very important complications associated with twin gestations. One must remember that higher order multiple births are delivered at progressively lower gestational ages. Placenta previa is more likely due to the presence of two placentae or one large placenta. Incidence of congenital anomalies in twin pregnancies is 2 to 3 times greater than in singleton pregnancy. Placental function is likely to be abnormal in multiple pregnancy. The placenta ages prematurely and may slow fetal growth, especially late in the third trimester, leading to intrauterine growth restriction. Another placental problem is twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome in monochorionic pregnancies. Complications during labor and delivery are malpresentations, premature rupture of membranes, cord prolapse, dysfunctional uterine action, locked twins, retained second twin, early separation of placenta after delivery of first twin, and postpartum hemorrhage, which may be due to atony resulting from overdistended uterus or prolonged labor or large placental site. Complications in puerperium are increased incidence of subinvolution of the uterus, postpartum anemia, and failing lactation. Fetal complications are vanishing twins, increased incidence of spontaneous miscarriage, prematurity, intrauterine growth restriction, intrauterine death of one twin, especially in monozygous twins, fetal asphyxia, higher incidence of stillbirths, especially in the second twin, and overall perinatal mortality rate in twin gestations is 2 to 5 times higher. I have said earlier that chorionicity is very important. This table showing the perinatal mortality by chorionicity illustrates this. Monozygous twins that share a placenta obviously have a higher rate of perinatal mortality than dizygous twins that do not share placenta. In monozygous twins, as you go from 2 placenta and 2 sacs to 1 placenta and 2 sacs, and then 1 placenta and 1 sac, and lastly conjoined twins, the perinatal mortality increases significantly. Having said all this about associated fetal and maternal risk and mortality, I would like to end this part with a punchline. Most twin pregnancies have no issues. Pun intended. For further reading on this topic and other topics in obstetrics and gynecology, refer to following books written by me. Practical Obstetrics and Gynecology, Modern Obstetrics, Modern Gynecology, Clinical Cases in Obstetrics, Questions and Answers, Clinical Cases in Gynecology, Questions and Answers, and Pelvic Reconstructive Surgery. If you have found this video useful and informative, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking here.